Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's time for the transfer talk. Jack, what's the news?
Rory, it is big news today, mate. Today's newspapers say that Gareth Bale could be on his way to Stamford Bridge with Eden Hazard going the other way to the Bernabeu.
And I was so happy for a few seconds and then you killed me. You dangled the dream and then you cruelly snatched the dream away.
It's not me doing it, mate. It's the papers. So this has obviously come recent news in Madrid, as we know. Rafa Benitez is out. Zidane is in. Now, according to the papers, Bale and Benitez are good mates. So Bale's a bit put out that Benitez has been sacked. Okay. And as we know, Zidane is a huge fan of Eden Hazard. So the stars could be aligning on this one, mate.
Right, okay. See, my dream would be Hazard on form on one wing,
Absolutely.
Willian in the middle, with Bale on the other wing. That would be my dream.
I would love that, mate. I would love that.
What you're saying is that I could half live my dream.
You can have one or the other.
That's a terrible situation. See,
that is a dilemma. Considering Eden's form this season.
And also Bale is a lot older. Hazard has a lot more potential.
True.
Guys, could you do us a favour here? Can you comment, let us know, is this a move that you'd be in favour of, or do you think absolutely not? No to Gareth Bale and keep hold of Hazard. I think I'm angling towards keeping hold of Hazard. You?
It is a tough one.
I rate Bale. That's not saying I don't rate him. I think he'd be an excellent acquisition. He's proven in the Premier League.
Yeah.
However, I just adore Eden Hazard.
I adore Hazard as well, as you know. I don't know. There's something about an on-form Bale turning out for Chelsea week in, week out and smashing up the Premier League, like doing a sort of Cristiano Ronaldo for Chelsea.
Well, he did it for Tottenham that year, didn't
he?
He did it for Tottenham that year. I can remember he just scored. He was Superman himself playing at White Hart Lane.
I mean, if I was a gambling man, which I kind of am,
you are.
I wouldn't mind. I could do a heads and tails on that and be happy with either way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other news? Anything else to get excited over?
Yeah. Mane.
Oh,
Southampton fame. Yes. Yeah. He's been sniffed about by a lot of the big clubs at the moment.
Manchester United, haven't they? They've been big.
Bayern Munich, and I think he's a decent striker, Rob.
Yeah, he's good. He's a very gifted player. He can play out on a wing. He's very good at cutting in. He's got an eye for a goal. I rate him very highly.
Fastest trick of Premier League history.
Knowledge.
Beat Robbie Fowler.
Really?
Yeah.
Robbie Fowler against Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's a player that I'd like. I'm slightly, it's always looking obvious that he's not going to sign another Southampton contract.
He's in the doghouse at the moment.
He's in the doghouse at Koeman.
Yeah.
When players show that, it upsets me slightly. I don't.
The unprofessionalism and missing meetings and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly.
I know what you mean.
But that's not to take away the fact that he's clearly a very gifted player. But when we're talking about if we're going to be buying a winger, I'm going to stick with Gareth Bale and hope to not lose anybody in that transfer.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else? Is there anybody else coming in, going out?
Well, news is Patrick Bamford could be on his way to Bournemouth.
Yeah, Eddie Howe's a big fan of his, isn't he? I'd be really upset if that were to happen. I think Bamford, it didn't work out at Crystal Palace for lots of reasons. But I think that if we have a striker who currently sits on the bench. We have Radamel Falcao around the first team squad.
Ship him out.
And let Patrick Bamford do that job.
Exactly right.
I think Bamford could do it. You've got to think of how it worked for Tottenham when they actually took the risk and gave Harry Kane an opportunity. Look how that panned out.
Yeah.
You never know. I don't like to say this because I think that Chelsea Football Club are the best thing in the world ever, of course. However, but I think that our treatment of youth it's got to get better. It's got to get better.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, somebody like Kennedy, if Kennedy didn't play for Chelsea, I think he'd be a household name by now.
Yeah.
And Patrick Bamford, you could say the same thing. So, with this one, if we're going to be losing a striker, let's not lose Bamford to Bournemouth.
Let's get rid of Falcao.
Get rid of Falcao. Bamford must be on, what, a third of his wages, if that?
Do you think Falcao could score a few for Bournemouth?
That's the move. Eddie Howe, come in for Falcao and it's a done deal. Guys, do us a favour, comment below. Let us know exactly what you think to all of these transfers. But I'm very excited about Bale.
Yeah.
I'd be very excited about Mane as well. So let us know. And do you agree? Do you think we need to keep Patrick Bamford, or do you think that he should go on loan? What's best for his development and what's best for Chelsea Football Club? Go on, you Blues.
Blues are colour.
Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's January, so Happy New Year. And the fact that it's January means that the transfer window is open. That means it's time for the very first edition of the Transfer Talk.